We in Rio, best city in the world.
The Olympics is here again, and all roads lead to Rio de Janeiro for the 2016 Olympics. The Olympic Games are the leading international sporting event featuring summer and winter sports competitions in which thousands of athletes from around the world participate in a variety of competitions. Holding in Brazil between the 5th and 21st August 2016, Rio de Janeiro is the second major city in Brazil and was its capital from 1763 to 1960 when Brasilia was created. This city is also home to some of the world's historic places, and on today's episode of Up and About, we bring you top tourist attractions that will catch the attention of tourists at this year's Games. The Copacabana Mountain is without a doubt Rio's most famous landmark, and a visit to Christ the Redeemer is an absolute must on your vacation in Rio. Not only for the unrivaled views of Rio de Janeiro, but also for being one of the tallest and most impressive monuments in the world. The project began in 1824 with the construction of a train track to the mountaintop, and it wasn't until 1922 that the first stone of the Christ sculpture was placed, completed 9 years later, making it one of the most important engineering masterpieces in Brazil. In 2007, the Christ Redeemer statue was voted one of the new 7 wonders of the modern world, along with other man-made structures such as the Great Wall of China and Machu Picchu in Peru. Sugarloaf Mountain is one of the several monolithic morals of granite and quartz that rise straight from the water's edge around Rio de Janeiro.
It's Sugarloaf Mountain. We're going to take the cable car up there, not one, but the next stop over to another mountain to see a spectacular view of the city and all of the coast and the harbor. It's going to be wonderful.
Sugarloaf Mountain received its name due to its resemblance to the traditional shape of a loaf of refined sugar, and its image, along with the Bandijo cable car that connects it to the other 2 morals, has become famous around the world. The historical center of Rio de Janeiro. In Rio de Janeiro Centro or downtown, you can find quite a few of Rio's most important historical treasures, whereas is the case with most major cities, they are hidden away in the financial districts. Some of the largest companies in Brazil have their head offices there, including Petrobras and Vale, formerly Companhia Vale de Rio Doce, 2 of the largest Brazilian corporations. Another tourist attraction is the Copacabana Beach. Beautiful Copacabana Beach is what usually comes to mind when one thinks of beaches in Rio de Janeiro. It's located adjacent to the neighborhood with the same name and is a stunning long wide crescent-shaped stretch of beach, great for sunbathing and swimming.
We in Rio, best city in the world.
Copacabana's famous sidewalk is decorated with black and white tiles, forming waves on the pavement, and makes for the perfect promenade to stroll along and take in the view of the beautiful beach. Christ the Redeemer. The giant statue of Christ overlooking the city from the 709-meter summit of Copacabana is almost as widely recognized as a symbol of Rio as the distinctive shape of Sugarloaf. The world-famous landmark was erected between 1922 and 1931, financed almost entirely by contributions from Brazilian Catholics. The Art Deco statue was created by the Polish-French sculptor Paul Landowski and built by the Brazilian engineer Heitor da Silva Costa in collaboration with the French engineer Albert Caquart. Made of reinforced concrete and soapstone, the figure itself is 30 meters tall with arms stretching 28 meters. It weighs 635 metric tons. Inside its 8-meter-high base is a chapel where it's not uncommon to find weddings and baptisms taking place. The Corcovado Rat Railway jogs from Rua do Cosme Velho up the 3.5-kilometer track to the statue through the Tijuca National Park. Maracana Stadium. It's no secret that football in Brazil is huge and plays a very important role in Rio's culture and daily life. If you're a passionate football fan or just a curious tourist, you don't want to miss the chance to see a soccer match in Rio de Janeiro at one of Rio's most famous landmarks, Maracanã Stadium. Experiencing Brazilian football live at the Maracanã truly is a unique and unmissable activity in Rio. Rio's iconic stadium was built to host the 1950 World Cup in Brazil. However, it didn't bring the national team much luck that year, and almost 200,000 Brazilians had to watch their team lose the World Cup to Uruguay. It is one of the biggest football disappointments in history, widely known as the Maracanazo or the Maracanã blow. Tijuca Forest. This is by far one of the highlights of Rio de Janeiro and part of what makes this city so unique. The Tijuca Forest is part of the Tijuca National Park, the world's largest urban rainforest located in the middle of the city of Rio de Janeiro. By the mid-19th century, the Tijuca Forest was practically deforested to make space for coffee plantations. In 1861, the government recognized that deforestation was affecting local rainfall, leading to a critical shortage of potable water, and developed a project replanting the forest. Until next time, shine in Rio!